Hi guys, I am Marjorie. On YouTube, you may find me as Unpredictable Marge. I am a mother, a daughter, a sister, also a hospitality leader. An effort to help change the narrative with what is going on currently. I wanted to use my platform to talk to people about anxiety and depression. On a regular basis, we deal with anxiety and depression on a day-to-day basis, and that's typically very hard to do. Now imagine having to with anxiety or depression feelings with adding our new norm, COVID-19. The reason I say our new norm is, as you know, you may be aware, COVID-19 has affected all of our lives, how we do things, how we see things. Not even just currently, I want to say probably for the rest of 2020. So it's important for you to really find a good handle on how you're going to, manage your family, your situation while this is going on. I'm here to tell you, now is not the time for you to go into isolation. It's not the time for you to not reach out to people or not to ask for help. We all are feeling it in every way possible. Remember, I told you that I was a mom. I am a regular girl, regular mom, with a daughter who is currently out of state for college in her last year, on track to actually graduate early before her time this December. The truth of the matter is, the outbreak of COVID-19 can be stressful, and everyone reacts differently to stress situation. No matter how strong you are, it somehow, some way, some shape will have an effect on you, because it's something that, unfortunately, the information is in your face that we don't really have the proper control on COVID-19. So you will be overwhelmed with, feelings, fear, you're going to get it. If you get it, whether you're going to die, your family members, your moods may be shifted. Your sleeping pattern may be changed, have difficult time, sleeping, and it can worsen some chronic illness for some people, and definitely worsen, the mental health condition, and if you have, grandparents or your parents, you tend to worry about them, because we hear how much, damage that it can do to older people with underlying illness and stuff. And Remember, I told you I was, I was a mother in the beginning. Um, my daughter is not here, so I would like for her to be here where I can actually shield her, or um, force her to do some of the remedies that I'm doing at home. But unfortunately, that's not the situation at hand. She's in another state and I'm here, and I'm trying to do parenting, from way over here in New York while she's in Georgia. And as strong as anyone can be, it affects them. And as strong as I am, I'm affected as well, because I have those same worries about my mom, about my family, about me, about my team, and I worry about my job. I worry about the economy. With these worries, it's imperative that, I look into how I do things, or how things around me or the narratives around me are more in a positive way, so I am not impacted too much. So here's some of the things that I'm doing. Recently, 2 days ago, I felt like I was in my head a little bit too much. Like, the thought process just kept coming in. And one of the fallback things somehow I'm able to do is, when the situation get really, really hard for me, for some reason, I'm able to just pick up and go work out. It's even different for me when I don't have a stressful situation that I'm dealing with. I can't find myself to get up and go work out when I'm normal, I want to say. But during the time that it's not a normal situation for me, I find myself 2 days ago, pick up my ropes. I went to, a nearby park, still maintaining social distancing, started jumping rope, started exercising, and I'm going in on my exercise. I exercise heavy, and it keeps my mind from thinking, so much. Perhaps it's something you might want to look into to help you cope. Take breaks from watching the news. My own daughter told me recently, Mom, you're gonna have to take it easy. You're watching this whole 5G network a little bit too closely, too much. You're watching too much news. And even her, she had to tell me, Mommy, I appreciate all the information, but I don't want to be overwhelmed. Not only I'm getting it from you, I'm getting it from Grandma, I'm getting it from Tatsi's, I'm getting it from Daddy's, all of this stuff. It could be a little bit too much. Please, I don't want to be overwhelmed with all the text and all the information about what's going on. And I respect that. And then, she's right. You can start by reading, listening to therapeutic music, instruments, music. Definitely limit yourself to social media, because we all over the place, and social media is definitely all over the place. We can see that. And I think what's happening with social media, a lot of people don't realize there's a certain joke that is not appropriate currently. People are in a different state of mind, and the criticism or the shaming, the blaming, it doesn't have its place right now. I saw on someone's Instagram where a comment was made regarding her weight, as she was gaining weight. And she actually posted that and said, look, I'm blocking you because this right now, it's not necessary. That's not what I want to hear. And it's just so weird to see that, despite what's going on, people still don't realize, right place, right time for you to say something. And it's a pandemic, and like emotions are all over the place. And this is the time that for you to apply. If you don't have anything to say, you probably shouldn't say it. This is the time where you're supposed to really take good care of yourself. This is a time where you want to meditate. It's good. It would be very good for you where you allow some tranquility moment where the mind is at ease. You want to take deep breaths, okay? And if you didn't used to do this before, stretching, it's very good for you to kind of like, because your mobility is not as before. You're not moving around. You get up, your closest or the furthest spot that you go is the kitchen or the living room. So you want to stretch, a bit. It will help. And definitely try to eat healthy. I mean, you're home and you have time. Your hustle and bustle is no longer the same. So take time to prepare, healthy meal. You want to spruce it up a bit on your vegetable eating, your fruits. I know during this time, I'm doing a lot of that, and I'm coming up with creative way to cook my vegetable so I can enjoy it. Although I see on social media that people are really talking about, not looking forward if the liquor stores are closed. During this time is where you do not want to really spend the time, drunk or high. Because as you know, these substance, it provides you with a temporary, escape, a relief, maybe in a few hours. The problem is still going to be there. And it is best if you are like in the moment, like you're level headed and you have like your good, thought process, on so you can make really very good decisions for yourself or your family. Loading up on, alcohol or drugs is not the thing to do. And again, like I said, this is not the time for you to distance yourself. This is a time where it's okay to pick up the phone to reach out to people, to ask people, how are you doing? And exchange ideas about, fun things, fun conversation. This is a time where if your guard was up, for you to kind of keep your guard, down, because it is a unique situation we're going through, and what's going to help us go through this is going to be, love and caring and being considerate to each other. This is definitely not the time where we're shaming each other, where we're taking jabs at each other. No, this is not the time. And should you find yourself in a situation where you have no one to talk, there's actually telephone numbers where you can actually call to speak to someone if you're feeling lonely and there's no one to talk to, and then you feeling that you just kind of want to release a little bit, okay? And some of these numbers are 1-800-985-5990, extension 66746. There's actually someone live waiting to talk to you. And if you're worried so much about, not knowing how you're going to pay your bills, what's available to you, use the time. If you just go to Google, you go on your computer, you type in, COVID-19 relief, it will populate a lot of like sites, for food, whether you want like a free meal, how to apply for I don't know, assistance, etc., or, help with your mortgage, what's available to you. Make good use of, that. And for those of you who are like COVID positive, remember there's that 80 hours. Yeah, like I said, if you tested positive, or you have a family member that tested positive that you are helping, remember, by law, your employer, as long that you work for them for 30 days, they're obligated to pay you 80 hours of sick paid. And then if you continue, being sick, or a family member being sick, and then you need, more help or financial assistance, there is that, sick leave that is available to you. This will require you to go through the system, where the paid sick, you would have to go through your employer. But there's a lot of information out there for you. What I would suggest before going into panic mode, good thing is you have a little bit of time. Take the time out to carefully, research, the benefits, the help that's out there, from free meals, for kids, etc. So you're not worried so much about the uncertainty. And I know for those of you who are renters, I know we were looking for more of something like they've done for the mortgage company, where, free rent, so you would be able to sleep better. Nothing like that is available as yet, but with how they have help with mortgage, the landlords are going to understand, because they're getting help. They're getting a break. So I think you just have to keep the communication lines open. I mean, obviously, don't try to avoid any of your landlords. If you feel you got to a point, look, the money that I have, I'm really trying to have enough, save enough so I can feed my family. You just have that conversation with them and be like, look, this is what the situation is. I will not be able to pay you. Just say that. And if you have a landlord who's giving you a hard time, there's actually some literature out there how to go about it. And remember, no one can evict you right now. It is expected for anyone who is like not living under a rock to see for the situation for what it is, and to be a little bit, caring and understanding about what's going on. It's not, the situation is different. It's not like, someone is just sitting not working. It's just that you're not able to go to work because of all the stuff that is going on. I just wanted to do this video to, share with you from a regular person that I'm here and I'm going through it as well. I'm keeping myself occupied. I'm keeping myself busy. A friend of mine reached out and invited me to do the No Rush Challenge. I thought that was super nice. I'm going to do that. And music is in my house. I am dancing a lot. Again, keeping my mind from not, thinking about it so much. And then, of course, I do the workout. And I'm doing a lot of group video chatting with friends, with my staff. And it is helping. So I want you to know that you are not alone. We all in this together. And the only way we're going to pull through is by, help change the narrative. If the narrative, you were kind of like someone who's brutally honest, who were kind of like who didn't sugarcoat things, it's kind of special time right now. So you might want to apply a little bit butter, a little sugar, how you say things, because the mental state is not the same. So be mindful about what you say. Be mindful about what you post, and what you share, because it really can, get someone at a really terrible headspace, and we don't want that. Again, I'm Marjorie. If you like this video, please share it. Remember to, give me that little like. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, this is an opportunity for you to subscribe to my channel, follow me, and I'm looking forward to putting more videos like this, okay?